All right, you guys. Well, happy Saturday morning. Thanks for showing up to do some yoga together. I'm excited to gather with you guys as always. So today the moon is in Leo for a little bit longer, and we're in the time of Aries. So, we're combining two fire energies the last couple days. So, for some of us, that gives us a lot of energy. For some of us, if we're feeling depleted, it can make us feel really tired if we've got too much fire going on. It can also encourage things like play, creative expression, kind of more action-oriented energy. And I've been kind of pondering what this energy is asking for, and for me it's again going back to that we're in this time of the warrior, and so we're really wanting again those acts of courage, right? And Leo, the lion, the archetype is all about the heart, right? And the courage of being oneself, of expressing oneself, of being authentic to the desires and the passions and the things that light up the heart, and really letting yourself be seen in your essence. And to be combine that with this warrior energy of action, of choice, of being able to take risk. I really think it's like this courage to be, the courage to be ourselves. And at this point, it's like exploring what does that look like. And for me, it's all about really returning to the things that give me joy, right? Because if it's something that lights up my heart and it gives me joy to do, it's a lot easier to beget that courage to move forward with the things in my life that are asking for action. And so I'm really in my own life kind of pondering how is that done? What's asking for action, or where is my life calling for courage? And I like to remind myself that it's not always big acts of courage or big acts of expression, but it's again drawing into our essence into all we do. And so if you're a lover, bring your loving energy into all you do. If you're an organizer, can you organize with others around you, right? Can you offer that? Can you bring that sense of organization? If you're a teacher and a leader, how can you bring that sense of leadership, not only just to your family, but to your community, right? So I think it's just those acts of courage of showing up when the call is made. And right now we definitely have a call for this new paradigm to come in, for healing to come in. And so we're all needed to show up. So I wanted this practice for us to connect the energy of the belly and the energy of the heart together. Because to me, those are the energies we're wanting to combine, right? It's that courage to act, right? That's our solar plexus, with the courage of what lights us up and makes us joyful, which is our heart. So we will do some shapes to kind of foster that energy, but just kind of letting your awareness be at these two places today. And so a mudra that I like for that is the Matangi mudra. So you'd let your middle finger point forward, and you'll fold all the other fingers back. And so we'll just take a few breaths to just cultivate that intention. And if for you, you're more of a touching of those energy centers, then you could touch your heart, touch your belly. And we'll just take a few deep breaths into that place of the courage to be exactly who we are, and to show up when we can in the ways that we can. And so breathing in right into that heart belly area and breathing out. You might even bring energy in from the sun. And on the exhale, connecting energy of that sun to your heart and to your belly fire. And then let's connect all of our hearts and our bellies together in this community. So we can feel each other's kind of nudging and encouragement to show up as you are, right? Because we need each other to show up. We need those certain people to be in the ways that they're called to be, because they help us, they support us, they inspire us. And they deserve to be seen. You deserve to be seen. So we're going to take that energy into our practice and whatever other intention around that you'd like to make. Then as you're ready, you will need a block for your practice today, or a pillow that can work. And then a strap or a dish towel or a man's tie, if you were to have access to that, or string. So kind of, if you have like a cinch strap or anything like that. So we're gonna start on our backs. And we're gonna allow the knees to come forward so that I have a right angle from my hips. And I'm just gonna place the block right here. And I'm gonna allow my palms to meet. And so this kind of feels a little maybe uncomfortable to start with, but we're gonna be moving our arms and our head. So I'll kind of feel a little slouched over as I start. So the block, I just have a gentle squeeze so I can kind of feel my core. I'm gonna inhale, arm up, and then exhale, I'm gonna open up for a chest stretch. So I'm gonna let my shoulder drop towards the floor. Inhale, full body stretch, and then exhale, coming back with the hands to me. So inhale, I come up, and then exhaling, opening up for a twist, big inhale, and then exhale. We'll do a few more, so you can go as slow as you need. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and open. Full breath, inhale, stretching from palm to palm, and then exhale. And then once again, inhale. Exhale, open, stretching and letting that right scapula drop towards the floor. Inhale. And then exhale, and then last time, big stretch up. And then opening, letting the arm bone and the shoulder joint stay connected. As you inhale, and then exhale. Nice. And then this time now, we're going to kind of allow a little bit of a kind of head, kind of holding kind of version. So for this one, I don't want you to move your torso. So keep your core really strong. And I'm gonna allow this arm to open just as much as my shoulder can open without feeling my torso release. So I'm not gonna release towards the floor, and it should just be a chest stretch. But notice my shoulder and my arms stay aligned, right? I can even hold my waist if I'd rather, and I could put the block for my head if I'm okay with stacking the knees. And just allow the arm to swing a bit so you can feel, again, those tissues around the, I call it the armpit chest, open. And I'm gonna breathe into my hand, the bottom tips the ribs, and then you're gonna slightly rotate the pinky line up, and you should feel a little bit different stretch here. So pinky line goes up, and then I'm gonna slowly take the arm overhead so that my palm faces down. And I'm gonna stretch my bottom or my top hip away from my top arm and really just stretch there. So getting almost like a lengthening through your side body to a degree. And then you're gonna go breath in and then breath out. And then we're gonna go out the way we came, so that pinky line kind of stays up as I move the shoulder blade back a bit, and then palm faces up. And then bring the arm back down. And then we're just gonna switch sides. And I'm gonna switch my orientation on the mat so that you can see me. So if you wanted to put a second block under your head, you certainly can, or a pillow, if that would work better. So again, we're gonna stack the block, and I just do this because I have tenderness in my low back when my hips come forward, so I'm just trying to kind of keep a neutral pelvis. So I inhale, come up, and then I exhale, open, and then inhale, and then exhale. And then inhale, come up, exhale, open. So I'm opening up that wingspan, palm to palm, and then exhale. And you're gonna keep going just like this. And again, it can be slower. Feel free to pause if that feels good. We're just really trying to connect to that heart energy if we can. Just kind of that openness around that area. Breathing in, breathing out in a really gentle way, right? Just kind of freeing up the tissues. And then a couple more. And again, I might just have a gentle just squeeze of the block so that I can keep my hips from moving with my arm, or try to minimize it at least. One more. Maybe it's just an extra little beat here to really let that left scapula drop on down a little further. And then coming back up. So I'm just gonna move the block from my head because I prefer that as I do this. And I'm gonna take this hand to grab my upper ribs. And I really wanna focus the breath there to the side ribs, like the side of the heart. And I'm gonna take the arm up. And again, notice again this chest-arm relationship. So this would be not connecting it. I see my shoulder would stay forward, my arm would go back. So I wanna imagine again that they're staying connected, and I'm just gonna open the arm as far as it'll go back without my torso going with it. So may not be very far. And I'm just gonna kind of slide the arm bone side to side, kind of notice, kind of like if there's any tender or tighter areas, and I'm just breathing a lot. And then kind of swing that pinky side to face the sky. And you should notice the sensations just change just a bit. So keep going with that, kind of breathing, noticing what that feels like. And it's ever so slightly as you kind of scoop the armpit back and then slightly towards your waist, you're going to take the arm over your head and then just stretching. So kind of almost feel the dilation happen from your outer hip to your outer hand, and then stretch that out nice and long. Keep connection to your breath and to your spine, and then we're going to go out the way we came. So then I keep the pinky side up a bit, go out, and then the palm faces more neutral, and then I'll take it all the way back. Nice. Then take a breath or two if you need to, and then go ahead and head onto your back. So connecting to the core more like a stabilizer. So I want you to think less of the flexion of like core work and more of stability work. So again, the action that we're looking for is if you were going to button and zip your pants. The belly draws back and slightly up. So it's a drawstring action, not a bracing action that we want to have. So take a deep breath, and on your exhale, again, lower the low belly towards the spine and lift the legs up to tabletop. Breath in. And on the breath out, keep that core stability and then let the legs come down. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to lengthen the tailbone without overworking the butt. Just think about, again, the belly moving down. I lift one leg, I lift the second leg. Then I try to keep the core support. A little bit of it will go as you're breathing. And then reaffirm it, and then let the legs drop nice and slow without over tensing your neck for sure. We'll do this a couple more times. Breathe in. You can even have your hands there to feel. Exhale, exhale. Light as a feather. And then do it again. Breath in. Now you could continue that for a second round. Or what we're going to do is we're going to keep the legs up in tabletop. Notice the knees aren't too close to my chest, so I don't want to create a lot of tension here. But I want to keep a little bit of openness to the frontal hip. And I'm just going to be tapping it down. Exhale. You can blow it out. I can even add an upper body flexion if I like, but I don't have to, because the core support I want you to engage with today is not brute force. It's more of that support, more of that aligned support of like, I'm in my center, I feel supported in movement, but I'm not gutting my way through it, right? Because that kind of takes us sometimes away from that heart energy of compassion, of love, of flow. So again, I might tap further away to make it more challenging. And again, if I want a little bit more challenge, I might lift the upper body. But I'm definitely holding the cranium, the head, in a really soft way that lets my head relax in a kind of a neutral cervical spine. And if you really want to clear some energy out, you can be kind of forcefully exhaling. So I could definitely do that. Sometimes that helps me connect to those muscles. It's like you're blowing hot soup. And we'll do 4 more. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and let the legs come down. Open the chest, breathe in, and breathe out. So I'm going to let you, if you would like, grab a block and place it underneath your low back. You don't have to do this, friends, if it's too much. So I might choose the smaller side. If you notice where the block is on my body, it's on the bony part of my sacrum. It's not on the upper spine or the lower spine, and it's not on my leg muscles. So as you do that, we're going to take that left knee up, and I can grab behind it so that I have a little bit of like release. So I'm feeling a little bit of stretch here, so I'm not yanking it in as close as I can. Right leg comes up, and I'm going to feel that stretch maybe in my hamstring. On the exhale, I'm going to lower it down, stretching the frontal hip. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down as I reach that frontal hip. Inhale, stretching out that hip flexor, the psoas, that muscle that we need to help us engage with the earth and reach our potential. This is the messenger of the spine. Muscle of the soul. Good, we're gonna do a few more. Just moving with my breath. I'm trying not to make my pelvis rotate. So I'm trying to keep a neutral pelvis. So you could be on the floor without any lifting of your pelvis. This is just gonna add an increased range of motion. Last one here. Now either I can hover the leg, if going to the floor disconnects me from my pelvis, I can also straighten this leg and I can do this hands-free for a little bit more active mobility work. So my heel doesn't naturally want to go to the floor without my pelvis moving. You saw that. So my pelvis isn't ready to do that yet. So I'm going to really just reach those heels apart, breathe, and try to, and although this area is definitely working, I'm trying to create a sense of calmness and trust with my body, that I can do this without running, grinding. I'll relax my jaw, and I'll stretch for 3, 2, and then I'll gently bring that knee in, and through the use of my core, we'll bring that leg up, and then I'll place both feet down, one at a time if I need. Just feel that out. So just notice energetically the difference between your right and your left leg, if you can, or the frontal hip. Just seeing what happens there. And then when you're ready, the right leg comes up. And if I was not on a block, I could still be doing this. So it will look just the same. So if you're feeling any discomfort in the low back, you just won't use the block, okay? And then left leg comes up. So I am flexing my toes back, and I'm really reaching through that heel. But I could also point, which is point and flex as I lower it down. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. And I'm reaching from the front of my belly all the way out through that inner thigh, frontal hip. And I'm really using the breath here. I really want to let the breath lengthen. And you got one more time, and this is where we're gonna hold. So again, not necessarily dropping the heel to the floor, it may not, straightening the right leg. I could keep the brace here. Maybe that feels more supportive. And I'm reaching my heels apart from one another. So I am splitting the legs, active through your feet. So wiggle those toes if you need to remember to connect to your feet. Big breaths here. Can you make your straight leg that's towards the floor as long as you can out of your pelvis? And then one more. And then I'll bend this knee first, and then slowly lift this leg, and then put it back in. So either both legs straight to the sky, on or off a block. Just point and flex your toes a bit. This can also neutralize. And roll the ankles. Okay, then I'm going to bend the knees and then lightly let the legs come down. Maybe I'll stay here for a moment, just kind of feel that out again. Difference between sides, just anything that's shifting and changing in your body. And then as you're ready, we'll lift up. If you do have the block, take it down. I'm going to place it around to the side of me, and then allow your legs to wiggle out, and then we'll do those windshield wipers. It always feels so good. So I'm as wide as my mat and letting my legs flip-flop side to side, side to side. Just kind of waking up the hips after all that. Breathing. And now let's let them lay all the way over to the right. And if you'd like to hook that bottom ankle over your top thigh and that left arm coming up, stretch through your side body, it can feel really good. So that ankle that's on the thigh, let it be like a counterweight, really allowing that frontal hip to open, the side body to open. And then go ahead and keep this orientation, but let it come to the other side. With my left hand, I'm grabbing my right ankle. That can feel good as well. And I might be lifting this thigh if it went towards the floor. So you can kind of feel that out. And if grabbing your ankle is not a possibility, that's totally fine. Just kind of feeling those outer hips, then slowly coming up, uncrossing, and then going back to the rock, side to side. And I can have my arms out, goalpost, however would feel good. And And the next time they flop over to the left, I'll take my left ankle on top of my right thigh as a counterweight. I like my right arm overhead and I just kind of give it a nice little tug to stretch through my side body. Opening. And again, letting just the hips do what they want. So I might let them kind of rock, or I might actually press my thighs down and relax. And you can kind of explore. And then as you're ready, keeping the same orientation of leg, my right hand will grab that left ankle. And again, I might put the foot flat. If there's no space for that, it's okay. You don't have to hold it. You can just let it do what it does. And again, I might rock, because oftentimes that rocking kind of gently nudges it open a little bit more. Breathing, maybe sighing as we wake up the body. And then slowly coming up to the center, uncross, maybe just a couple times, just to, again, warm it up. Okay. Then draw your knees in, just neutralize the back. You need to draw little circles on your low back through your kneecaps. You can do that. And then we're going to rock and roll ourselves up to all fours position. So make sure you have that strap handy when we will need it later. I think other than that, in the block, I think you'll be good. So we're going to start with our hands down and our knees down on all fours. We're just going to kind of get the shoulders warm. So always traditional cat-cow works. I like sometimes these rolls to the side where I can really kind of feel the shoulders move in a kind of different way. So you can kind of ripple the arms bent. There's no right way to do this. It's just like really getting into the shoulder blades and that attachment of the humerus bone into the shoulder socket. So just kind of however it feels good, you might rock forward and rock back. Just kind of letting, maybe it's a big circle, kind of letting your body really explore that joint space of the shoulders. Right, our hips are connected to our shoulders, and everything's in relationship in our body. So we just want to kind of touch everything a little bit, just to, again, encourage opening, fluidity. So again, if you're just liking the cat-cow, you can stay there. Just take a couple more moments to kind of explore your own body. So it's always nice to kind of know what we individually would like to do, or what feels good. Like that's a way of trusting that heart energy to lead us. And if it feels good and it feels like it's resonant for our body, like there's a good chance it is, right? So letting the hips maybe go side to side a bit. Okay. And then friends, when you feel ready, we'll tuck those toes under and we'll come to downward facing dog. And again, feel free here to explore your space by pedaling the legs, knees forward and back, or maybe lifting and lowering the heels. And then just when you feel ready for stillness, if that feels like a good place to meet up, then we'll meet up there. And again, focusing on heart and belly, let that belly soften towards your lumbar spine so you can feel core support. Lengthening across the spine. Then from your collarbones, can you widen? So from that heart space, can you widen east and west? You can let your shoulder blades wrap in towards the side of your heart so that you can feel that wrapping of the heart space. Okay, we're going to lift the heels, turn them to the left, and then bend the knees a bit. Again, it's another side stretch. So kind of maybe rock a bit here. Lift the heels up, drop them to the right, bend the knees. I like to bounce a bit just to kind of feel. You're going to do that a couple more times on each side. One more. Then as you're ready, you're going to walk nice and slowly your feet to your hands. So take time. Bend those knees generously. Let your body maybe rock a few times. So again, bent knees, wider stance, much easier for the pelvis sometimes to accommodate. So I'm just kind of waving up my spine. Walk your hands over to the left without letting your left hip come lift. So tack that left hip back a bit and just walk over. You need to bend your knees for this, you can. And then walk it over to the right. Walk it to center and bend those knees and roll up. Lengthening to the tailbone, so weight shifting to the heels, nice and slow. Now let's roll, I'm gonna face you. Let's roll the shoulders Up, back, and down. Maybe like letting ourselves really breathe out. And then roll the shoulders forward. Yeah. And then let the shoulders come forward and then back, and then forward and then back, and then forward and then back. And then do one at a time. So right arm in, it's almost like the hokey pokey. Right arm in, left arm. And then put your right arm back, left arm. Good. Just kind of, again, letting the spine move in a creative way. And then we'll do fast little shoulder shrugs, so up and down. You can bend the knees a little bit. I like to exhale. Yeah, and then just kind of feel that out in your shoulders. Maybe even a little forward and back. Maybe a wave like. Oh, I can feel this really loosening up my spine. I know, in the morning sometimes it's nice to get that movement. And then we'll find some stillness. So Tadasana, mountain pose. So my feet will be a little bit further apart. Some people like their feet together. Finding that core support to the belly, drawing back so I can feel my front ribs and my spine getting closer. My arms are long, neck is long. Maybe I'm sensing the heart, or maybe I put my hand there. Big breath as I stretch up. On the exhale, bend the knees and let that kind of those hands press down on your body. And we'll do it again. Inhale. Then exhale. One more time. Pull the breath up from the earth. Press it out in front. Pull it towards you. And then press it down. Arms reach up. Through the heart space center. Fold forward. Long spine. Inhale. Take a pause to broaden those collarbones, just like you did in down dog, folding forward. However you'd like to get back to plank, and knee plank is perfectly acceptable. Take a pause there. And again, can I reaffirm Tadasana, but in plank pose? So can I let my heels rock back, my neck be long, the belly kind of cinch a little bit, and then downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. So working this 3-limb down dog as a hamstring stretch, which means that you won't lift the leg so high that your hip will turn, right? So as I lift it, I lift it, I lift it. I'm doing the right leg. I'm not going to let it lift like this. So I'm going to really feel the work of the back body. My belly is strong. I can lift this heel and try and get it a little higher. Just pause for a moment, feel that hamstring stretch. And then right leg forward between your hands, left knee down. I'm going to interlace my hands to press up. If that's too much, just lift up, right? So what tends to happen is this chest will press forward. So can you bring it back a bit? So I might have to back up a bit and then reaffirm it so that I really feel, again, core lifting into the hands. And then we're going to put the right arm down, and then the left arm is going to lift up and over. So maybe I'm drawing those wrists apart. This one's a little bit more awkward. Left arm down, right arm up, and a side body away. Breathing in, breathing out. So this you can do hands-free or not. We're going to take the arms up, and as I straighten this right leg, I'm going to fold back. If you need to have a hand down for that, you're welcome to do that. So again, I'm tacking that right hip down and back. I'm again pointing, flat footing, or pointing, just active through your feet, friends. So watch this transition. Make sure those shoulders are on your back. I'm going to tuck the left toes under, come forward, and then I'm going to do what kind of like called skaters. I'm just going to let my arms kind of flop. And I'm going to stay low if I can. We're just going to do this for a minute to wake up the legs. Waking up the legs. So I can rotate completely. I can just let the arms kind of swish swash. I just want you to get kind of loose through the shoulders. Yeah. We gotta get that heart energy to go all the way out through our hands so what we touch, right, still has that heart energy, okay? And then when you're ready, we're gonna keep that left leg is gonna be our front leg, and I'm gonna come into a warrior two. So I'm going to set it up. It might take a moment to just make sure my heel and my arch are lining up. The turn out of my foot's just kind of whatever feels good, but we definitely don't want to turn the toes out just to protect, again, the hips. So I'm going to take the arms out. So either a bind, when I say bind here, strap is a great choice. So I might just grab the strap, and I'm going to set the shoulders on my back and down, and I'm going to come towards side angle. And with that left arm, I might kind of pull it a little further so that my right shoulder goes back. Belly is strong. My head can relax or look down. And I'm going to do this for 3 more really big breaths. Really feel your heels press down and apart. Now we're going to go back to like those skaters, but this time it's more Skandasana. So my toes can flip up, and I'm going to stay low. And I'm just going to work with it like so. So if your toes turning up doesn't feel good, flatten your feet and bend and straighten this way. But I'm lower to the ground and my hands are on the floor. But you are more than welcome to do this hands free. Couple more. Then as you're ready, you're going to take your right leg to be your forward leg, come all the way forward. And we're going to set up for a warrior one. I am going to grab my strap for this. Or again, a dish towel works, a long string, whatever you got. And I'm going to take it into my left hand. That's the same arm as my back leg. Bending at the elbows so that my bicep reaches towards my ears. My opposite arm, thumb up, thumb rotates to face behind me. And I'm going to snake it up the strap as far as I want it to be. And then I'm going to pull the strap apart a bit. Let my head relax back into my arms. And again, that same work, if I need to come forward first and pull the ribs towards the spine, then re-extend do that. Now, as you let go of the instructions and you just kind of feel this pose, take about 5 shapes in this warrior pose. Really sinking into your legs. And again, from the core, can you reach the core into the heart? From the heart, can you connect to the core? And connect it all the way down through your feet, all the way up and out through your head. Okay, I'm going to relax the arms. I might just need a breath or 2 just to relax them here. Now bring your hands to your heart, pivot and lift that back heel and come forward. So it's going to be a bent knee, warrior 3. So I'm going to bend. I'm going to get as low as I can. So as I lift this back leg, my belly is resting on my thigh. Long spine first. Long spine first. For 3. For 2. And then I'm going to press away and come to standing. And then I'll relax the arms. Let's do that breath exercise. So arms reach up. Exhale. Grounding through the body. Pull it up from the earth. Into the heart and press out. From out, bring it into your heart. Ground it. Arms reach up. And now it's through center seam that we'll fold. Long spine. You can even have your hands at your heart, friends. Fold forward any way you want to get back to plank. And we're here for 5 breaths. Breathing, the spine is long. I'm imagining that I'm still standing tall. And then downward facing dog. Don't worry, we'll have time for chaturangas if you want it. I know everyone always just misses those if we don't. So feeling the heart space broaden and dilate. Feeling the lengthening of the spine as well as the core connection to your spine, right? Then again, the hamstring stretch, the left leg lifting intentionally up. So it's not about height, friends, but about feeling that hamstring stretch. So I might lift the right heel a little higher, or I might let it lower and feel the different sensations. So I'm just going as high as it feels good. Step it forward, low lunge. And again, I'm going to back up. So as I press my arms up, I can feel the ribs knit back a bit. So I connect it again to my core energy. And then I'm going to come forward a bit. I'll relax my neck. If this position doesn't work, arms up works fine. Even tugging onto that strap could work. Then the left arm goes down. I'm going to reach up and over, opening up through right side body. And then switching. It gets a little awkward kind of reaching in on this direction sometimes. Then the arms come up, and again, as I bow back, my palms come back. And again, it's a tendency to want to round. We want to open the heart space. So let those shoulders come on your back, feel your triceps engage. Breathing here, feeling the left hip tack back and in a bit. You can play with the position of your feet. Tuck your right toes under. This is that kind of skater move where I'm going to go forward, and then I'm going to start, again, the work. And I'm going to turn the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna let the shoulders floss side to side. Maybe this time it's this way. Yeah, you can go fast or slow. Fast or slow, it doesn't really matter. I just want those shoulders to feel loose and your legs to feel strong. Getting a little heat going. Wish I had turned off my heater that's above me. And then the left leg is going to be our forward leg as we come into a warrior two. Or I'm sorry, the right leg will be. It was the left leg last time. So I'm going to set it up heel to arch. And this is where I'm going to grab the strap. You may not need it for a bind. And as I'm ready, I'm going to let my palm hold the strap so it's open. That way I can do the same work that I did in that lunge where I was peeling the shoulder blades back. Okay, so I'm here. Belly pulls back, and then I'm going to lean towards that side. And I'm going to use the right arm to kind of bring the left arm back. I can look down or relax my head. I really like those neck releases. It really challenges my balance because I realize how much my neck tries to hold me up, right? Doesn't seem like a very logical, good place for that. Breathing in, breathing out. Couple more. Sink into those legs. Then as you're ready, we're going to release the hands down, and this is again the Skandasana. So again, you could turn the thigh bone in the socket so that your toes come up, or I could let the hips go side to side, keeping the heels down. And again, some of you might want the arms to the side, or on your waist, or at your heart. Totally fine if you're feeling that the legs are warming. Okay, and then it'll be the left leg that will be our leg for warrior one. So as you're ready, turn, and then take your time to set it up. We want it to feel good, and then come on up. The strap will be in your right hand, and I'll lift up, and I'll bend the elbow. Left arm internally rotates at the root, and then I walk the back of my hand up my spine. And I'm going to allow myself to lengthen, and again, I like to come forward, knit the ribs back, and then re-extend. Then let everything slow down a bit. Connect to those feet and your strong legs. Those are your roots. Then connect to that core strength in your spine, right? That's that whole alignment that keeps you engaged in the pose. And then into your heart. And then breathing. Okay, slowly letting that go. Then I can drop the strap. I'll bring my arms up into my heart. Then I'm going to come forward. So as I lay belly on thigh, I'm not kind of relaxing into it. These two will touch with somewhat of a good energetic tug between them. As I'm ready, I'm going to lift off. So think about that 3-limb down dog. And I'm going to really press this leg. For 3. For 2, feeling that core strength. Pull the ribs back. And standing tall. Nice work. Relax your hands. Okay, same breath work. Adding on a little bit, changing up just a tiny bit. Inhale. And then exhale. Pull it in from the earth. Pull it in. And then straightening legs, arms reach up. Exhale. Long spine. I'm using thumb to the heart notch. full forward plank pose, any way you want to get back. So for the plank pose, we're either going to take those long deep breaths and plank, or if you'd like to come forward, baby push up, and then slide back. I can go to my knees 5 times, just a mini push up. Otherwise, you're here. Just pumping the breath. One more. Hopefully that was 5. Downward facing dog. Okay, friends. Consciously connecting here to spine, to core, to heart. Right leg lifts with intention. And then we're going to let the toe drop and the heel drop. We're going to let the heel of both lift. And we're going to do that a few times. So really intentionally, not lifting from your low back. Feel the strength of your glutes and your hamstrings doing this. And then here's the last one. Take your time and then step it forward between your hands. Low lunge or high lunge if you'd like it. So if you feel like, hey, I think I'm ready to do a little high lunge here, I could tuck the legs, the toes under, and I can lift up into high lunge. Repeating low lunge, perfectly fine. So as we press up, you might want to look up if you want a little bit of encouragement today. And that lifts the spirits to be upward gazing. Feel lightness in your lumbar. And then right arm down, left arm reaches up. If you want to grab a tug of that wrist, you certainly can, just to get a little bit more side body work. And then opposite, left arm down, right arm lifts. You can also do that same tug. Breathe in. Big breath out. Now the arms are going to come up. And again, as I step in with the left, I'll straighten that right leg. So my left toes are turned out if I'm upright. And if I'm on my knee, it's the same shape we had before. Chest lifts. Tacking the right hip back. Then here's that shoulder flossing side to side, right? Side to side. Okay, breathe. Maybe it's a little quicker this time. And again, any shoulder work that works for you. Maybe you're changing it up this time. Good. 10 more seconds. Yeah, really feel that blood moving through your body. It can be really nice to kind of re-energize us from maybe feeling the fascia kind of cold from sleeping. And then it's the left leg forward, the left leg for warrior 2. Breathe and settle in. Warrior 2. And again, we're going to grab that strap if you want it. If you don't need the strap, you don't have to. Again, shoulders on your back, chest proud, and then come on in. So if I want to stay here, this is totally fine to stay here. If I want to step the right foot in and come towards a half moon, I could add that on. It's still that side body work. Ooh, find my feet. And as I lift away from my feet into my core, I also re-engage my core to lift my feet. And sometimes we have to come up and down. Then as you're ready, lower it back. And then we're going to allow ourselves to come back here into Skandasana. And if you want to add a little bit of rotation, sometimes that feels nice. Haven't really twisted much today, so that could feel good. Next time you're at your right leg forward, we're going to turn. Set up the feet, warrior 1. Again, if you're using a strap, it goes in the left hand. All the things you know how to do. So this time we could stay upright, or if I want to start to move back, I could. I'm going to use this strap or the kind of the fist of my left hand to support my head right at the occiput, right at that hairline, just so that I'm not feeling my neck engaged. Breathe. Some sighs can be really helpful. Find those feet. Okay, as you're ready, relinquish the strap, arms, float up, big breath, hands to the heart. So I'm going to hinge forward. Once again, get as long as I can from crown to heel and lift that left leg up. Now this time we're going to straighten the leg, bend the leg. 4 more times. Let's go leg press. I'm really driving through my heel. I could also tap the toe if I wanted that extra work. Okay, friends, land and hover. And then from here, hamstring curl, toe lifts up, chest lifts up. Toe lifts up, chest up. So it's almost like a dancer pose, but I'm lifting the toe, lifting the chest for 3, for 2, and release it down. Nice work. Relax it. Check it out. We're going to keep going before we do the breath work. I like a block between my legs for this. You're welcome to not use a block. Totally fine if you don't have one. Pillows work great. Bend those knees, hands at your waist. Fingers forward, thumbs back, just to show you. Shoulders on the back, elbow tips pointed down. Pointed down. So I have that ability to feel my core with my fingers. So make sure your core is activated. I'm going to lengthen up, and I'm going to allow myself to tip back, look back, throat back, chin up, and then maybe I straighten the legs and go back. I might need a little support in my hands and my head. Maybe I'm okay with just a gentle gazing back. One more breath. And then the chin comes up. I'm going to squeeze the block a bit to back just to realign. Maybe a little bit further back, and I'll put my hands on my knees just to stretch out the low back. Kind of reset everything. Breathing, neck is long. Take a big breath in and a lion's breath out. And then straighten everything up. Relax. Take the block away. Breath work. We got another side. Arms reach up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it in. All the way up. Exhale. Through center seam. Hand to the heart, halfway lift. If that works for you, really find it. Core support, exhale. Plank pose. This is where you get 5 big breaths in plank. Or my knees are down, and I'm going to do chaturanga plank. Chaturanga plank for 5 times. Or I'm coming forward, sliding back. A little bit of saw action. So you have 3 more of these. Pick whatever works for you today. And then all the way down to your belly for the first time. And so now you're going to get to pick cobra, locust, dhanurasana, right, grabbing my ankles, any of the back bending poses. I'm just going to stick with cobra for now, but I'm going to do a different variation where I pull the hands back and I lift the legs and I hover the hands. Okay, so we have 5 breaths here. I'm pressing pubic bone down. I'm lifting and broadening sternum. My head's hopefully aligned. My legs are very active. And then all the way down. From here again, push up to a knee plank. Very similar to the work that we did in downward dog. Bring your heels to your bum. So feel that hamstring curl, really pulling the belly back. Now bend the elbows to that chaturanga. Straighten the legs, top of the feet, straighten the arms. 5 breaths in upward dog if that works. Keep the knees down if this is easier for your lumbar to support. Push away from the mat, broaden those collarbones. You can still press to the tops of your feet. Downward facing dog. Nice work. Why not you guys? And I'm sweating. So connect core and heart. Feel your spine. So these are the 5 leg lifts on the left. So we lift with the hamstring curl. We're going to lower the toes, lower the heel, lift both. Remember, this is with the strength of your core. One more. And then bring the left leg forward. And this is where, again, low lunge, totally fine. High lunge if you're ready to do something different. Interlace those hands and come up. Breathing, settling in. You might even wiggle your toes on the front leg so you can make sure you found the support of your glutes. Left arm down, right arm up and over. Remember, I grabbed the wrist on the first side if that's a nice option. You can also just reach apart. Switch it out. Right arm down, left arm up and over. I'm going to show you the front profile of this. Arms reach up, and as I rock back, notice I'm in almost like a warrior one, so my knee travels to the side for this one. And again, I'll try to center up as much as I can. Like, you know, it's nothing that has to be perfect. Breathing in, breathing out. Then here we go, last time to floss and do that quick lunges side to side. So again, it can look any certain way. Hopefully, you're letting yourself kind of play and explore what would feel good. For me, sometimes just that movement can feel really good amongst holding shapes. Just to kind of, again, let our body warm up, loosen up. Okay, as you're ready, the right leg becomes your base for a warrior two. Take your time to settle in. Wiggle those toes, find the strength of your glutes, pushing down and apart, find the strength of your core. Okay, if you need the bind, the strap to bind, then you can do that. Then when I'm ready, again, I do turn a bit so that this bottom waist is lengthening as I come on into my side angle. Perfectly fine to stay again. Right? I don't have to speed through it. And if I want the half moon, if that's something I want to explore, I really want to, again, connect feet to feet so that as I do this, I'm not losing connection to my top leg. So important that it's engaged. Think about that first exercise we did on the block where we were lowering and lifting the leg, and we were connecting from the core to our feet. Go ahead and land it if you have it. Well, if you got up. Then again, Skandasana. And if you want to hold some static Skandasanas, you are more than welcome, especially if you want to add that twist. Yeah, feel free to do that. Then as you're ready, no rush to get there, left leg is forward for a warrior one. Again, grabbing the strap. Strap is in the right hand. And again, I might just stay put, working that shoulder opening, and I might decide that going back would feel nice. But again, I want to make sure that I'm supporting my head, so I might kind of bring the strap around a bit so that it's allowing my head to fall back. It's not important that your hands are touching into a formal bind for this, but it is important that your back leg is strong and your front leg, right? I have to have my roots to grow out of. Okay, slowly coming up. I'm going to let go of the strap, and I'm going to lift that heel, hands to the heart. And I'm going to come down and not round. I'm going to find plank again, and here's that bent knee warrior three. Remember, I can touch the toes and then lift up 5 times, or I can just lift and straighten the leg. Kind of see which one feels challenging enough, right? Ooh, one more. Bent knee, bend the knee. Think about what we just did in upward dog, lift the chest. Chest lifts, thigh lifts for 3, for 2, and then bring it in and down. Awesome work. I know you guys did it. I could feel it. Okay, grab your block. Place it between your thighs. Okay, from here, bend those knees, fingers forward, thumbs back. So there are ways to kind of change this up. One is to like put your hands in your back hip pocket. That works as well. Oftentimes that can lead to the shoulders rotating forward. So we don't really want that so much. So unless you can really move those shoulders on the back body, then this one may not work. Fingers can also face up. More challenging, arms can reach towards the thighs or the knees. You know, it's really a personal choice at this point. So I'm going to keep it simple. And maybe this time I want to have my hands cradling my head. So I want to have that, again, nice support. So my neck is long, bend the knees, lift up, and move up and back. And then eventually straightening my legs, going back, but with connection to my feet, connection to my core, the back of the heart, nice and broad. For 3, for 2, slowly coming up, and then bending the knees, hands on top of those thighs, so you can really let the hips go back and you can stretch the lumbar. Do some sighs, let energy dissipate, wiggle your toes. Nice, and then take the block, set it down, and we'll do that breath work one more time. Arms are gonna stretch up. Exhale, settle it on down. Inhale the heart. Exhale, press it away. Bring it in. Exhale. All the way up. From the center line of your body, move all the way down. Halfway lift. On the exhale, step to plank. So again, you can do 5 just big breaths in plank, really feeling your belly connection, your heart connection. You want to do the saw with the chaturangas, or with your knees down if you want to just lower and lift, right? 5 times. Exhale, inhale. Elbows wrap in, chest stays proud. Get all the way down to the belly. This is where it's going to be cobra, locust, Dhanurasana. I'm going to try Dhanurasana this time. So I'm going to grab the ankles, thumbs facing down, but on the inside of my legs. And I'm going to do a moving Dhanurasana, which means that on the inhale, I'm going to lift. On the exhale, I'm going to lower. I'm going to do this 5 times, and you can hold 5 breaths. Ready, friends? Go. And then just release it out. Make a pillow for your forehead. Take a moment to experience that. Experience that. And then as you're ready, we'll take the hands up. We're going to push up to that knee plank. One more time for upward dog, similar entry. So my legs are, a little bit inner hip distance apart, heels to the bum. Notice my hips stay forward. I'm not backing my hips to the heels. Should feel, a decent maybe quad stretch. That baby chaturanga, tops of the feet, lift up and out of the hips. Reach back from the hips into the toes. Like an even reestablished strong arms. Broaden collarbones. That can lower the knees. Child's pose or down dog, you choose. I'm already going to put my elbows forward, make a prayer, and let the heel of the hand extend to the nape of the neck. Nice work. Release the arms, slowly come up. Take a moment, feel that in your body. Okay. Hopefully you feel some sweat, kind of some moving around of everything. We're going to continue on our back. This is where you will need a block or a pillow. So go ahead and come on down to your back. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of isolated core work with some flexion, which we haven't done, and twisting. Kind of integrate all this energy before we do one final shape. I'm going to give you a choice of an inversion. So I'm going to put the block between my thighs. If you don't have one, you can certainly do this without it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a crossing ab work, coming into the center, crossing ab work. So really similar to if you did this a couple days ago, but it's going to be a lot slower, okay? So we're going to start in tabletop, or you can start with legs down. That's totally fine, okay? So I'm going to start in tabletop. I want my feet active. So whether I flex my feet, point them, just activate your feet. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, core support, lift up and over to the left. So my left scapula is lifting. If I want to straighten my right leg, I can. And then pull the belly down again without your glutes. With your belly, lift up. And then release the legs. Release the shoulders. Take a deep breath. Both legs straighten. Examine that core support, lift. Maybe you're lifting the heels a bit. Bend the knees, lower down.
Breath in. Find that core support, lift up. Spiral to the right, keeping the right scapula lifted. Left leg can lift if you like. Keep the block squeezed and see if you can lift a little higher without tugging at the neck. Come back to the center. Both legs straight. Find that core support. If you like the block more lengthwise, it's totally fine. Lift up. And again, I'm not yanking at the head. I want to know that my head is held. Both knees. Okay, we have one more set. Really use this as breath work. So this round, friends, really press it out. Really let this be very nourishing, not kind of damaging to your core. So we're not running it out. This is really strong strength that's grounded and stable. As you're ready, find your core. So my lumbar flattens, my abs lift, over to the left, left leg lifts. A little higher, and lower. Over to the right. Re-engage. This leg's gotta stay active, I forgot about it. Come to the center. Last time. Again, pull down, head is relaxed. And then let it go. Feet down flat to the floor, knock those knees together, hands at heart and belly, breathe and relax. So you can bubble the lips, you can really feel that your belly can be supple here. So you might even massage it if it's like still tensed. So just kind of give it a nice little massage. Notice what that was like. Okay, so you have some options for an inversion, which means, again, reinvert your world. So one of them can be handstand on the floor. So I like, if I'm going to do that, I might put a block, my arms reach up, and I'm going to lower them, my head stays down, and I'm going to hold. So it's really intense for the core, not so much provoking a ton of courage, right? But if that's a way to kind of come into this without the brute force of your neck, then that can accomplish the same thing. Another pose is dolphin, if you'd like to do that. So relying on that strong shoulder. So I'm gonna let my thumbs touch my armpits and I'm gonna come down. Maybe hands come together or clasp. I tuck my toes and I lift to down dog and I walk my toes forward. I'm trying to relax my neck and again from my armpits reaching into the elbows into my hands. So another option here, okay? If handstand is something that's accessible to you to kick up or to walk up the wall, then I'd like you to try handstand, if that's possible. I'm going to show you kind of the walk-up version. And this one's not completely upright, which is what I like. I start with downward facing dog at the wall. So my heels are on the wall. Then I'm just going to walk the leg up as high as I want and put some things on my wall. And then here I can press, okay? And go as high as I want. Then I can step down, okay? So I want you to find a pose to work. Could even be Tadasana, but I want it to feel core support. Again, I want it to kind of excite your heart a bit, like something that you can feel alive with, right? So alive is, maybe it's not a joyful feeling, but so try that out. I'm gonna give you, like a couple moments to do that. So maybe it's 30 seconds. You can come up and down. You could kick up. I didn't show that, but that can be a nice way if that's something that you worked with those 3-limb down dogs. Ooh, then I can go right up. Take your time. And then when you're finished with that, doesn't have to be very long, come on down. And for some of us, we want to just sit on our knees. For some of us, we want to come into a forward fold. I want you to find a position that allows you to connect your heart to your core. Take all that in. Sometimes like feeling these things in our body first helps us reenact it in our life. It's almost like we're working the energy out on our mats that we're feeling, that we want to cultivate, which then gives us that muscle memory, right, in life when something excites our heart. And we want to take that leap of faith and express ourselves or offer something or be more authentic. And then we go, oh yeah, My heart's excited, but oh yeah, I've got my core. I can wiggle my toes, I can feel my feet. I'm in my body. So feel all that out. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Go ahead and come onto your back. If you have that strap, friends, that'd be great. I'm going to use a block too for this. You don't have to. I'm going to lasso the strap across the heel. So I've done a lot of hamstring work. So I'm going to take this to a side bite or inner thigh stretch. So I just place the block, you know, kind of right outside my hip so that as I open the leg, I have a little kickstand, which allows me then to broaden my left pelvis because my right leg is open and my left shoulder. So I'm going to allow, again, the pelvis to feel more neutral. So it can tend to feel heavy on the right because I'm leaning to the right. Maybe the block kind of helps that neutralize it so you get a true adductor stretch. Really open up through your feet. Maybe you can play with lifting the toes closer to your nose. If you got a dish towel, that should work. Nice and slowly lift the leg up. So I'm going to take my thumb in my right hip pocket and move it back as I move the toe forward and just take it laterally across my body, or towards the midline, I should say. So I'm not going into a twist, but if you'd like to continue on the twist like we did earlier with our upper half, you can now let the lower half join the twist. So if the twist feels better, go ahead. Sometimes I enjoy just the outer hip stretch, and I get more sensation with my lumbar on the mat, my low back's on the mat. But you can play with both. Maybe you come in and out of both. That can also be nice. You don't have to stay stagnant. This knee could bend as well if that feels better. And then bring the leg up. Half happy baby, so just kind of draw it in. This leg can release as well. And then just switch the legs in the air. I'm going to move the block to the left side of my hip. And again, it's not touching my hip, it's maybe like an inch or two away. This leg could stay bent, especially if I have a hard time broadening my right pelvis or if it feels like it pulls on my hip flexors, then I might want to keep the knee bent. Otherwise, I can soften it down, leg reaches out. Even my arm can reach out. And then as you're ready, maybe it comes a little closer. The leg comes up. I put my thumb in my hip pocket, bring my leg a little closer towards my face, and then lower it slowly. And again, this is a little bit goes a long way often with this one, so you don't have to move too far. And again, if I wanted that twist, if I'm like, oh yeah, please, let me have that twist. And go ahead. Breath in and out. And then slowly coming up. Half happy baby, so just letting that my knee come down. And then as you're ready, release. Move the strap to the side. So if you have another shape that you really wanted to form that would feel good, if it was like Baddha Konasana or Happy Baby, or maybe you need another hip stretch, please feel free to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and take out your last few shapes. So for our Shavasana pose, I'm going to recommend maybe a star pose today, so kind of like that really spread out. See if that would feel good. If it doesn't feel good and you'd rather have like hands in around the heart or the belly, just the legs out, or maybe it's just the arms out, yeah, and kind of that victory shape, that one's totally fine too. I'm gonna come on up and just guide you towards your heart, connecting to your heart as you breathe, allowing yourself to just settle into this last few moments of breath work. So the breath can be intentional, just with the setting of one intention to breathe into heart and belly and their connection, their alchemy. But it also can be to just focus your breath there, especially if your mind tends to wander and you find that distracting, or really want to focus your breath.
Just take a couple moments to connect to yourself intimately. Eventually, you might even let go of any intention and just let yourself experience your body after moving it. Relaxing jaw, neck, belly. Letting the muscles just feel very pliable, supple. Take in connection to this community that's here, whether you know someone that's watching or you don't. Again, that connection is there, right? We are all connected, and we can sense that when we come to our heart. We feel that we're hearing the same words, we're under the same sky, breathing the same air. So feel that. Perhaps that will elicit the courage for you to be able to fully show up as you. Because our community, our world needs you the way you are meant to be, which is exactly who you are. So from my heart to your heart, I connect to you. I send you guys courageous warrior spirit energy of love, passion, of joy. Namaste.